In a universe where life does not end at death, we explore the infinite possibilities forged by our very minds. Welcome to Arthadian Anthologies. Greetings, fellow travelers and storytellers. Welcome to a Reborn in Power series featuring two of Evemore's chosen. One of the Dusk, and one of the Dawn. And the most climactic clash the Core Realms has ever seen. Follow along as we dive into the conflict that curses the realm of Evemore and her children. It's been some time since you've returned home, Williamsor. Back to your home world, your home pillar of Archaea. To the continent of Anissa, where the Majin Castel resides. In the Ring of Anesso, around the Arcist Academy, are the estates of each Castel. You return home to the Sora estate. And you see the glistening turquoise metal encasing it. As you approach it, you hear in your head, "Welcome home, Master."
It's good to be home, Helmet.
How was the ordeal?
Long fought, much progress made, but still more to go.
I see. Are you here to rest, or...?
For a bit, yes. Then I'll need to head out once more. How's everything been?
Archmage Arcasia came by to see you.
How recent?
Around 2 days ago. 2 marks.
Alright. Thank you for letting me know. I want to go inside, just take a brief rest.
You go inside. The gates open up for you, close. It's almost as if the doors are open. Everything's opening for you as you walk through. As you go inside and you go up to go sleep. You go into your room. And you look inside it, you see a package on your bed. It looks like it's been wrapped rather nicely. It's a small package.
I want to take a look. Is there like a name on it, or...?
You go to check on it. It says Arcasia.
Alright. I am going to open it.
You open it up.
Wait, question. Why is that in my room? Wait, she got access to my room?
Do you ask the...
No, sorry. This was kind of like a meta question. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Start thinking about it.
she knows how to get into your
This
room.
is,
No.
Ariel's not going to like that.
No. You open it up and you see what looks like a metal pin, that shows like a lightning bolt on it, like the one from your bandana that you wore, and it says "Soar" on it. It's like your Castell pin.
Oh yeah. Nice. So I have an official Castell pin now.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I'm assuming I have like my armor stuff. I'm gonna like attach it to that, but of course I want to rest first.
Yeah. You go and rest. As you rest, you recover any stamina that you might have not had.
Got it. Yeah. No, everything should be full now.
All right. Yeah. You rest and then you wake up after probably about 3 or so hours. The day is yours. What would you like to do? I'm just gonna let you take the lead on this one.
Got it. Okay. Well, considering that the last time I spoke to the rest of the Castell was, when everything got attacked, so I think it would be a good idea to pay him a visit. Yeah. So, of course, since Arcasia gave me the pin, I'll start with her.
Okay. Are you going to go to her castle, or are you going to go to the Arcus Academy to see if the Archmage Tower has been rebuilt?
Ooh, good question. Where would I assume, well, depending what time of day it is, where would I assume she's at?
It would be it's difficult to tell because she usually has a lot of meetings, especially across the pillars, because she is kind of like a representative of Archaea for the Sidorian Senate.
All right, then I'll probably just send her a message about wanting to talk with her.
Okay.
And then also just thanking her for the pen.
Yeah. What are you going to send her? Specifically?
Oh, specifically?
Yeah.
I have just returned from my state. Oh, wait, no, not, wait. No, no, what am I? No, I just returned to my estate. You should just assume what I wanted, Matt.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I want a specific thing so I can reply with a specific thing.
Okay, got it. Okay. Jeez, it's so weird actually thinking of a text when you're not actually texting something. Okay. I just returned to my estate and saw the pin you gave me. I really appreciate it. Do you have time to talk?
Okay, you send that. And then after about 30 seconds or so, you see a reply. She says, "Thank God you're okay." Well, thank Raikio, you're okay, sorry. I was like, hold on. What are the gods?
Wait, Raikio, isn't that the one I spoke to specifically?
That was the one that judged you, yes.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. She also says, "Yes, we need to talk. Please report to Archmage Dumer at his castle, at his estate."
Okay, I'll just reply back, "Will do. I'm on my way there now."
Okay. So you head out, and as you head out, you head over to Ruthane Dumer's estate. You can see the Arcus Academy and its towers and all that stuff. You see the tower that had been destroyed. It looks like it's been rebuilt, probably specifically using geolinks to build the structure whole again. You're not sure how the inside looks though. It might be completely empty, like they have to refurnish everything. But you return, you head out, walking about for 20 minutes or so to get to Ruthane's estate. And you see the big towering wall of just full-on just stone surrounding it. And as you walk up, you see the stone It opens up, and what looks like a butler comes out. William Saw, you have been expected.
Thank you. Please lead the way.
And you see he turns around and begins to lead you into the estate. The walls are just thick, concrete, thick. And as they open up, the doors open up, you see a large fireplace and just a full study of, and like all the shelves are filled with scrolls. And you see Ruthane is there in a robe. The robe is this brownish green robe, silk, and he turns around and he nods to you. And then you see coming from a balcony up top, coming out of the door, is Lucien Calas. And he looks out. He's like, William Soar, good to see you.
Likewise, Lucien. How do you fare?
I fare well. I hope you are faring well.
I am, but there is much to discuss, as you can probably tell.
Yes, you've been gone for some time. I've been having to try to research all I can about your link for your students, as I've been your substitute.
Even more greatly appreciated.
Yes, I hope so. And as he walks down, you see coming out from the kitchen is Arcasia, and she has a pan, and on it are cookies. She's like, William, hello. And she comes up to you, she's like, I made a batch of cookies for everyone, and here you go. And she goes and hands it to you, but she goes to try to feed it to you.
Oh, no.
She goes to try to feed it to you. What do you do?
I'll just take the fucking bite. Just whatever the fuck. I'm not gonna make it so. I'm just be like, oh, thank you, and just like do that. But like, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna like chew it. I'm not gonna like do that.
Okay. Yeah. You take it. She puts it into your mouth, and then she goes and sits down next to you, and then Lucien comes over and sits down in an armchair. Ruthane is standing there, just watching over, and Ruthane looks over, and as he looks over, you see a door open up, and you hear a toilet flushing, and then you see Ignash.
Yeah, I figured.
She like, oh, hey, and she comes over and she just plops down on the couch.
Good to see you, Igna.
So what's this about? And Ruthane steps forward, and then he says, I, Tyrion. He looks over to Arcasia. Arcasia kind of like, William, much of the Castel wishes to execute Tyrion. But we know that last time you questioned him, you were able to get some information out of him. We are hesitant to execute him because we feel like he has some kind of information that could be useful to not just Archaea, but the realms. But some of the other Castels are going to the Senate to report this, and they wish to try to execute him as quick as possible.
I see the dilemma. He does have quite the amount of information, but at the same time, we can't let too much of this get out either. Especially considering he knows a lot more than what he should. And his information on the Cantorites is valid, to say the least.
How did that go? by the way. Did you find your emperor?
We'll be launching an invasion sooner than later. We got the support of the Runic Corps. Veer Enzok and the other Plasmatic Knights will be joining in, and I'll be going as well. But some good news to report. The Master Formless is dead.
They all nod. Thane looks over to you and is like... He kind of just stares into your eyes, and you get this feeling from him. Like... He wants to know more about what you were going to tell him. Tell him and the others, but specifically, he wants to know. You see it in his eyes. It's almost like he's talking to you through his presence alone. And Lucien is like, "Oh, that is good news. No more skirmishes here on Archaea, hopefully."
I would hope so, but this invasion, and it's tough to say, but the Cantorites, they come from conflicts, and as a result, they're born on X-Cantor. Our goal is to recover Emperor Zahn and the Throne Lord who was also taken from the Dwarven Citadel.
That's not good. Arcasia looks over and is like, if they are born from this world, what is the state of the world going to be once the invasion begins? Will they destroy this world? And also, how is this possible? How is it possible that a species can be just born from cataclysmic events? It seems almost like they're artificial in nature. Like someone created them to begin with.
And it's starting to become the prevailing theory. But this is where Hyteran's expertise will probably lie.
Also, you see Igna, it's like, whatever happened to the Titans, huh? Because there was this whole situation with the Titans, and somehow they were tied to these formless thingies.
Yeah. The main Formless was using the rest of the X-Cantorites to get these artifacts. And this way, they can reap more conflict and then create more of them. However, we were able to stop at least one of these Titans being summoned. The other artifacts, they're either being secured or they're hidden and we're still finding them. However, even though that's going on, there's others that are trusted that are taking this effort up. With the main Formless dead, the best time to strike X-Cantor is sooner than later. Which is why the goal is to eradicate them. And if they are born from within that planet, if we set up a variation of an occupation like a blockade of sorts, it can bring all of these pillars together. If more know about what kind of threat this is, then at least it's a more uniting front. And truth be told, I'm convinced that Magenium believes this will also unite everyone. She did present a vision to me.
Arcasia looks over and is like, Should I inform the Senate of this ordeal? Or should I wait for Runeforger?
It's probably best for the Runic Council to announce it first, and then you can go ahead and join in from there.
Is there someone who is humming this operation for this information gathering for X-Cantor, as you say?
It's more of a cooperative effort, but if you would like to get more information, you could you can request the Runic Council, or if you want to be put in touch with them, I can make the connection.
Right, with your wife, Ariel.
Of course. And I am also friendly with a few others on the council as well.
And And she nods, and then Lucian's like, "Look at you! You have contacts in high places, William Soar."
I do what I can.
And as this meeting kind of comes to a close, you see Lucian looks over. He's like, "So, if you wouldn't mind, I would like to accompany you to meet with High Tyrann."
Of course.
And you see Ruthane looks over towards you. You feel his gaze upon you, and you look over towards him, and you get the sense that he wants to see you alone.
Lucian, I'll join you momentarily. I think I need to speak with Ruthane first.
Oh, all right, yeah, of course. And you see the rest of them stand up. Arcasia comes over and kisses you on the cheek, and she's like, "I wish you luck with your interrogation."
Thank you. I'll inform you all how it goes.
And then, as that happens, Lucian stands up. "I will be waiting outside." And Igna is like, "Finally I can get back to fighting." And you see she goes out.
Igna, kick some ass.
Oh, well, thank you. And she heads out. And you stay behind to meet with Ruthane. He looks at you. And he's like, "William Soar, you have knowledge. You have insight. You have truth. I know this because the truth can be a weapon against forces of evil."
Knowledge is power. So, I'm assuming you want to know everything. Or...
No. If it is the case, then perhaps it's best I do not know, nor does anyone else. But point me in the direction, and I will find out for myself. Give me anything that you can that won't provide me the entire picture.
I have a name.
What is it?
Whatever you do, do not let it get out. Or else
My
it'll
lips
put
are sealed.
everyone in danger. Monkai Rez.
Moncarres. Right. He nods to you. Now go.
I will. And I'll nod and head off.
You nod, head off, and he turns around. The doors open up for you, and then you walk out. As you walk out, you see the doors slam shut. Butler leads you out. The gates slam shut behind you. And you can't help but feeling like that pressure when with Ruthane. It's different than what you usually feel with others. Like almost like he is a powerful individual, but he's extremely just repressed. No you can't get through to him unless he allows you to get through to him.
I was going to say, when you first introduced me to him, wasn't he like, everyone was so amazed by his presence?
Yes.
Just in general. So I'm saying for him to have this, like, almost brooding kind of feeling, this intent look to him, like that I can kind of see how that kind of projects out that way. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And as you walk out, you see Lucian is kind of resting against the wall. And he's like, ready to go?
I am.
And you begin to head over, out of the Ring of Vanessa to the Pillar Transport. To go to Pillar Command on the harbor to where Hyterion is being held. And as you head there, you go through the transport. It transports you to the harbor, and you head to Command HQ, where you see command officials are standing there, and Hyterion comes up and is like, "Hello, greetings. We are
Wait, Hyterion. Wait,
sorry.
I was like, hold up.
Lucian. So many names, man. Okay, so many names.
No,
I didn't even realize I said that.
I'm surprised you don't mix it up more often. So I was like, hold up, what did he do?
It's a formless. Lucian comes up. He's like, "Hello, I am an Archmage, and this is the famed William Soar." It's like, yes, and we are here to meet with a prisoner who is in line to be executed. And they look at you like, all right, we'll see what's on the manifest. And then you see they go inside, and then the door opens up. He looks through the brig, basically all the names. Like, all right, there are about 10 prisoners who are in line to be executed. And then he just kind of sits there, and he's like, okay, we're looking for one Hyterion. And, all right, Hyterion. Okay, of Archaea. You two look like you're from Archaea. Well then, come with me. And they lead you through this prison to the same room that you were in before to question Hyterion. He's there chained up on a desk, like on a table. And he looks up, and he smiles. You see his face. You see just how he gives off that charismatic presence.
Mm-hmm.
And then the doors open up, and you walk inside. It's like, my friends. Hello, William Soar. Were you successful?
I think you already know the answer to that.
Why don't you take a seat?
You take a seat. Is he taking a seat?
He is in a seat. I am already chained up to a seat, so.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And I'm gonna sit down.
And it's like, why isn't Lucian joining us?
Because I feel like you would give me more information.
How right you
I
are.
know you prefer me, so.
I do. Very much so.
Lucy and I can take it from here.
And he looks over, he nods. He's like, I'll just be waiting outside, but listening in.
Understood.
And door closes. So, the true one is dealt with, I suppose.
He has been.
Do you see the light? Nope. What the heck? You're like, Star Wars!
Wait, what?
We moved to Star Wars!
Wait, what?
That's what happens when I'm playing on Spotify.
That just threw me off.
We're in Star Wars now, guys!
God damn it.
Nope.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry. Let me go back.
You're good.
Okay. Now, that's not going to happen again.
Okay, thank you.
He looks like, he's like, did you see the light?
I have. And, just like I told you previously, whenever I kill those Cantorites, I see him. And his final words before he perished. That I will die in his light. So even the Formless has a master. And I think you know more.
Trust me, I wish I knew more. To thwart some being like this's plan, you'd be a mastermind.
Yeah. I've already been receiving codexes addressed to me after moves have already been made. You know this goes back even prior to the event.
Indeed it does. This is something I was looking for. Mainly because I felt there was something off about the whole situation. Why the hell would everyone lose their minds?
Good point.
And that's why I stumbled upon you. William Sawyer. You know things that most people don't.
I do. That is true. But what do you know that I don't? Help me out here, Itiran. Because you know they will execute you.
Oh, the time is coming very soon, I know it. But the question is, who are the ones that want me executed? And why do they want me to be executed so badly?
Because you have the information which you could be sharing with me right now.
I could be sharing with you right now. But wouldn't you want to see it for yourself?
Depending on what you have to say.
Well, I can't give a specific coordinate or else they will kill me right away. Trust me. They know what we're talking about in here. They have eyes and ears everywhere. But if I were to be able to get out of here before my due date, perhaps there could be an arrangement to find the res of it all.
You almost convinced me there for a minute, but I need better assurance than just that.
How's Evemore doing?
She's struggling.
Why is that?
Because the dusk is coming.
And why is the dusk coming?
Because she goes through cycles.
Yes, but why would a cycle come about after so many millennia in which she was just in a dawn?
I'm assuming her cycles are way longer, but I can ask my Redicon friends afterwards.
Do so and then return back to me. He's like, but If you wish to understand more about this, find those who are trying to have me executed and question them. See their reasoning. And if their reasoning is logical, then allow me to be executed in whatever it is happens. But I believe that it's not based on logic. If I have the information required to put an end to all of this, why do I feel like I'm going to be killed if I speak?
Because you already know who's after you, but you're not going to tell me.
I can't. Because they have me in their clutches.
So how could I potentially convince the rest of the Castell? You do realize, and you probably already know this, that you're dead either way. How do you want to spend those moments?
By being the mastermind.
Thought there already was another one.
He becomes silent. I've already told you everything that I wish to tell you, William.
Can I roll an analyze check on him?
Sure.
Oh, son of a... Yeah, no, that's pretty low. Yeah, 18.
It seems like he probably won't tell you anything else. But...
Wait, I got a better idea.
What?
I'm just gonna... Wait, do I actually have this? Damn it, no I don't. Oh, sorry, I was thinking of Cyron for a minute. I actually had a plan. Well, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, he seems like he's not gonna tell you anything else. But he is very curious. And do you get up? What are you gonna do?
You gotta give me something else. You can't just say, look at those that want you executed.
But that is what I can say.
And you can't provide me anything more. You gotta let this persona go.
I told you what I want. If I can be the mastermind that is able to thwart whatever this is, then I would have died happily. But if you are too stubborn and so, lawful, willing to let go of everything just so that you can live your life, so be it.
I've already had that debate countless times.
How did that go?
It's going exactly where it needs to. Either way, you know you're already done. I say spend those final moments doing something right. Don't feed your ego.
If I can spend those final moments, like I said, to be the one to thwart the plans, that is how I would like to go out. Why do you think I was getting so close to this formless? So I could understand them. Where they came from. Who created them. Because no one knows. No one knows except those who know.
Well, you know.
And you. Well, William. Will you help me thwart? Or will you just keep me in this cage so that I can no longer speak?
I'll stand up. You're a mastermind. You figure it out. And I'll head out.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the last line on that one. Fuck that guy.
You walk out. As you walk out, Lucian looks over and is like, I don't know what to make of that.
Well, did you hear everything?
Yeah, mostly, yes. There was a point where it cut out. Just like one point where the audio just cut out.
Let's leave. I'll tell you where we'll go next after.
All right. And he's like, and he goes to check his codex and he's like, William, you have a class right now. I don't know if you want me to go be the substitute still, or if you want to return back to your courses.
Let me know where my students are at, and I'll come back.
Oh, we can go there right now if you like.
Let's.
After this stressful debacle.
Yeah, what am I supposed to tell my students? Like, where have I been all this time?
This is the hardest part of this whole thing.
I need to seriously think of something here. Urgent Castell business.
As you return back to Archaea, back to the Arcus Academy, returning with Lucian, you go through the halls. You see it's rather empty. Some students are coming in and out from class to class, but like it's not like one of those big periods where everyone comes out of classes and starts walking around and mingling and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like everyone's in classes right now. You go up to where your classroom originally was, and Lucian comes up, and you see what looks like one of the primes, one of the Archaeans, just the students kind of resting there, looking up. Is like, huh? Professor, guys, the professor's back! And you see, like you hear, like, huh? And you hear, like, a bunch of them just rush up to the door, and then they all, like, start peeking their heads out. Lucian comes up and is like, yes, Professor Soar has returned.
It's good to be back.
And the students are all like, Professor! And, like, and some of them come up to hug you. Most of them are here. Actually, basically all of them are here. Except for Arcantos.
I figured, yeah.
And then as they like go and greet you, you go inside. They all take their seats. One of them raises their hand. One of the Archaeans.
Generic student number.
Well, you have their names, right?
Well, yeah, I have a few of their names, yeah. I mean, like, you know, we still got Celeste, Hassa. Let's see. Oh, wait, no, wait. Did I have a Cantel student?
Cantel was Hassa.
Yeah.
Hassa.
Oh, Hassa's? Oh, no, that's Aule.
Hassa is a Cantel.
Oh, yeah, Cantel. Yeah, sorry, Aule. And then, then this is a different Cantel thing that I was looking at. I know one of the names we, like, specifically forgot, and then we had to change it. Trying to remember what student that one. It's not the Reticon student. It was like the other like tougher one that like the lightning rod persona thing.
Oh yeah, it's the Archaean one, right?
Yeah,
Did you write it? You wrote it down, right? I'm pretty sure you wrote it down.
Thought I did. Hold up.
He has like a full list of different names.
It's like 3 pages worth. Let's see. No, that does not sound right. You know, we'll probably go back to that another time.
Okay. Well, one of the Archaeans raises their hand and is like, Professor? And then they raise their hand and is like, What happened?
I had some very important matters to attend to with the Runic Council, as well as some other political matters with the Castel. I was I was predisposed for quite a while as a result.
Were you a part of the whole explosion? And then all the students begin to kind of like whisper and talk to each other and all that stuff, and it gets kind of rowdy for a second.
Everyone settle down.
And then they all settle down.
I was around when it happened, yes. Part of that is why I was gone from the class, and I do apologize for this. I do hope that Archmage Lucian...
He's like over in the corner, kind of like waves at everyone.
I hope he's been teaching you well in my absence, and I like to sincerely thank him. Please give him a round of applause.
They all begin to clap.
Yeah.
And then another one raises their hand. It is actually the Reticon.
Oh, yeah. Hold up. I know I had the Reticon written down. Bortle.
Bortle, yeah.
Yeah.
Bortle raises his hand. He's like,
Yes, Bortle?
I was wondering, where's Arcantos?
He did contact me, letting me know that he had personal matters to attend to, but I have been sending him assignments as time has gone on. So, it is a personal matter of his. I do not wish to share that with the class. But I do understand your concern, considering that you both have sparred multiple times.
Bortle was probably like the closest one to Arcantos. Yeah. They were the ones that like kind of...
Yeah. But he's doing well.
Okay. He nods. And you see Celeste raises her hand.
Yes, Celeste?
Are you okay?
I am.
Okay. She puts her hand down.
Thank you. I appreciate the concern. Okay. Is there any more questions, or can we begin?
They all nodded at the beginning.
Got it. Okay. So last where we left off.
And you begin to kind of go through it.
Teacher montage.
Everyone's like, oh, yeah. Then like the lightning.
Oh, yeah. Show my thunder snap.
Oh, God.
No way.
Thunder snap!
I probably would have killed like half the class with that one.
It's fun to return back. It distracts you. As this happens, though, at the end of the class period, you see the door opens up, and in walks Thadian. As he walks in, and everyone's like, Thadian! They all like go and like start screaming. It's like, what's up, everyone? And he like puts his hands out.
Has he been like this since I've been gone? I'm looking at Coalesce like...
Coalesce is like, oh, your son has actually been like helping me out with teaching some stuff about the Dwarven Citadel.
That's good. Good seeing him so extroverted.
He comes up to you and he goes to give you a hug. Like,
good to see you, son.
Hey, Dad. Hope everything is okay. Mom told me the gist of it all.
That's good. I could talk to you more about it later.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping with the class. I truly appreciate it. Put my hand on his shoulder, just like him a little like that.
Gotta earn my name, right?
We all do.
And as the class kind of like settles down and all that stuff, it's coming to a close at this point, and the class begins to kind of get up. They come up to you, and they like some of them will give you hugs and like welcome you back again.
Does Celeste give me an apple?
Yes.
Yes. Oh wait, but wait. Oh yeah, Era's still pregnant, so I could give her that.
Yes.
Yeah, I know how much she loves those apples.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a callback.
A callback. As that happens, so Lucian kind of stays back, as well as Thadian, and Thadian kind of stands there. Lucian looks over. Is like, "How's your rune forging coming along?" It's like, "Well, I've been trying to really focus on like, new ideas, especially since I've been helping teaching the class. I'm like thinking of ways that I could expand the runes themselves and try to access the energies at a more complex level." All right, well that sounds great.
Have you made any breakthroughs yet?
Not yet, but I feel like this is something that will take time.
Well, I know you're dedicated. If anyone's going to figure it out, it's going to be you.
He nods. Dad, if I may, I'd like to help you out with anything that you need help with. I know Mom said that you've talked to the higher ups and the order, and you're also in the higher ups here. Any kind of experience will help me.
Of course. Concerning that each Castel does have someone that is a keeper of the tomes. I'll let you in on a lot more, and we can discuss this over the next few weeks, of course.
Any spouses? Okay, cool. And Lucian looks over and is like, well, I am going to probably head back to do my own studies as well. I'll leave you two alone.
Thank you.
All right, farewell. And he goes and leaves. They kind of just stands there.
But do I know if I have any other classes to teach today?
No, you don't have any other classes.
Got you. Okay. So Thadian, do you have any other classes left today?
No, currently actually I'm technically a rune forger at this point. So I can do whatever I want as long as I don't get called in for an anomaly.
Understood. Okay. Let's return home. I need to talk to you about something important.
Okay. And you go and head out. You return back to your castle with Thadian, your son. You walk inside. Your Itanium greets you. And Thadian is like, so what's up?
Okay, have a seat. And then I'll sit down as well, like at the table.
He's like, I feel like you're gonna like scold me or something.
I'm not. I somewhat need to unburden myself, but what we're going to discuss is probably going to change the future of our family. And it's important that we do.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
Thank you. I know you know of the origins of a lot of what has come from before.
Mom has told me a lot, but she likes to also keep some secrets, I can tell.
And it makes complete sense why she does. There's still some that even we don't fully understand either. And we still work to unravel these secrets every day. And you will learn more as time progresses. And we'd be more than happy to teach you. But there's going to come a time where I'm not going to be able to keep doing this.
Yeah, and I have to become strong enough to take on the things that you take on.
Yes, but I was so afraid for so long that everything, all the decisions I've made, that your mother and I made, we did what we had to, so you can have the choice of the life you wish to lead. And not everything has been perfect.
But you know it's not your fault, right?
It took quite a lot of convincing from Raikiyo and Magenium.
And he looks at you, he's like, right. Mom said that you are able to speak to, I've never gotten to speak to any like that.
Well, I think you'll achieve that sooner than you think. Raikiyo and Magenium do believe that you'll be a wonderful successor. But that is if it is what you want.
It is. I want to hold both yours and Mom's. I want to make you proud.
Son, I already am proud.
He kind of looks down. You see a tear in his eye. Perhaps I'm just not proud of myself. That I can't help you. I haven't been able to help you.
But those circumstances were out of your control.
But Arcantos could. And he's younger than me.
He accidentally came across something that was big. He didn't mean to, and now his life has changed forever. It's not about who was more useful or not. The things that we've learned, what we've had to do, changes the course, not just of history. It changes the pillars, it changes what's beyond the planar unity. What we have here is bigger than any of us. And it's because of that I held that burden for so long. Because all I wanted was to allow you to make the choice of how you want to live your life. That's my duty as a father to you. I took the position with the Plasmatic Knights to become an elite so that we could all be safe. When our family line was almost destroyed. But there's hope with you and your soon-to-be sister. I don't want to thrust responsibility onto you that you not so wish to take. But I see that you actually want this. And regardless if you did or didn't, I would love you either way.
He nods. Tears are falling out of his eyes at this point.
I believe you can handle this. And it will not be easy. It's the fact that you want it is what matters. And I can do my part in teaching you what you will need to help us succeed.
He is like, what is it? Tell me. I'll do what I can.
This will take a period of many, many cycles. Slowly but surely. Well, maybe not so slowly. I'll help teach you what you need. Your mother and I will inform you on what we can.
Okay.
It's going to be okay, son.
What is it? Like, what can I do? Like, what is it that's happening? I'm not weak like I was. I can do things now.
I believe you can. I can see it. One of the biggest concerns we're facing. And actually, I'm going to communicate with my helmet real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And, with the telepathy and whatnot, I want to make sure that he has eyes that no one's listening on any of these conversations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's just like, not at all. No listeners, and everything is completely shut out. No one can hear through.
Good. The current predicament that we're facing, one of them at least, Emperor Zahn of the Nebulae Convergence and the Throne Lord of the Dwarven Citadel were captured by the Cantorites, currently being held on Excantor. And the Inner Coronai slayed the Master Formless.
That's why I got that message. We're supposed to... In 1 week, we're supposed to go and begin an extermination mission.
I wish it didn't have to come to it. Through this, not only will it unite all of our people, but the more that others become aware of what these creatures are, then this way we can unite the rest of the pillars for when even graver threats approach.
Can I help you save the Emperor?
Of course. I want you to come with me.
He nods.
We're going to need everyone we can for this. But also, as you may be aware, Hyteren, there's been many petitions for him to be executed as soon as possible. But there's much truth of this world that he does know. And we don't know who we can or can't trust when it comes to this for the most part. The Archmages I do. But others that are pushing for his execution. It makes sense why some would want him gone. Not only did he originally come off as a radical, but, there was much information he knew that he didn't share. I believe he does have separate motives, but it's the action that he wants that I believe is ultimately just.
What is that?
We need him alive so I can see what this truth was. I think he has the missing piece that we need to know what actually caused all this and why it started.
But he's going to be executed?
There's many petitioning it. And the Castell's gonna be deliberating this.
Have you talked to the Rune Forgers?
Not about Hyteren's execution, but...
Execution seems so... Like, why not exile? That's usually what the Runic Council does, is exiling. Not allowing them to... stripping them of their core energy and sending them out of the core.
Because he has too much knowledge. And there's much about these formless that he knew before any of us did.
But why are these formless so important? Like, I know that they were the ones that were trying to Something about Hyterion was working with the Formless, and they were the ones who wanted to bring the Titans to cause chaos and destruction so that more of them could be born. At least this is what Mom told me. But why are these Formless so important?
Because the prevailing theory that we have is that someone's been creating these, that it isn't just born out of just conflicts. And that everything has been planned even prior to the great event. They expected the great event to happen.
The core reset. So whoever creates these Formless is the one that planned it.
And whatever this thing is many steps ahead. Sends messages, codexes it just brings over somehow. It is always at least 3 steps ahead. And it seems like almost anything we do is according to its plan. And Hyterion knows a good amount of this. To be completely honest, I believe he actually knows who it is. But the second it's revealed, he's done. Maybe he'll be down even right before he can even say it.
So what you're saying is that this thing already has eyes on Hyterion.
And I'm convinced.
Does it have eyes on us?
Through other people, yes. There's certain corruption in different organizations. Many of the ones that we hold sacred. And we can't tell.
How do we find out who this is?
Still determining, but after my visit with Hyterion, he's convinced that those that are pushing hardest for the execution would be the ones that have more to gain from it. But of course, he can also just be saying that to save his own ass. I mean, he can show me the truth, but of course he can't till he's free. Oh, he has to live, so then this way he can show me it all. But everyone's pushing for his execution. He has one final thing he wants to do, which is to thwart the one who's planned all of it. Just to satisfy his ego before it's done. And since I can't verify how much he knows, it becomes even more difficult. Which is why there's so much information being gathered.
What can I do to help?
I want you to keep training. I want you to get stronger. And I'm going to hand him the giant Majin Castel book that I had to read. Mm-hmm. I want you to learn more about how these structures work. Politics isn't everything. Regardless if it's the Runic Council, the Castel, or any other organization. There's the truth, and then there's diplomacy.
Okay.
You're at the learning stage.
Okay. I'll do what I can.
I know you will. But remember, it's because you chose to do this. I don't want to force this upon you at all. That was my greatest concern and why I held this in for so long.
You're not forcing at all.
Thank you. I'm gonna give him a hug.
Mm-hmm. He hugs you back. It's like, we're gonna figure this out, okay?
We will.
Also, where's our Cantos?
He brought me a codex from who we believe is behind all of it. Of course, I had no way to access the important information. Even some of the best crackers wouldn't be able to do it. He was with the squad, going to see Vicroniacs. They're supposed to be heading somewhere with him, but they've been gone for a while. I believe if something were to happen, that at least one of the other entities would contact me, and they haven't yet. I believe he is safe for now. But he's definitely on a mission of sorts.
A mission regarding this?
Yes. May not to the full extent of what he knows. But I think he's finding a lot more of the origins of whatever this thing is that created this plan.
Okay. Okay. I take it that's going to be happening. He's probably at Vicroniacs then.
He would be.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for trusting me with this.
Of course.
And he gives you another hug.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I want to go train. And he nods to you.
Go for it.
And he heads out. And as you sit there, thinking to yourself, the name continuously pops into your head. Monkai. You keep hearing the inner core saying to you, you need to find what you can about Monkai. Everything leading to this person. And then you also remember back. You were just talking to Hytieran, asking you about Evemore. Why is that so important?
You should probably meditate and find out, right?
You go to close your eyes to meditate?
Well, let me go to like my more spiritual room. Yeah. You give me some advantage.
Yeah, you go over to your more spiritual room and please roll me a religion.
Nice. It rolled out of the thing.
Yeah, so it's cocked, considered cocked.
Well, good, because that was a nat 1, so I trust this one. Let's do it.
Hey, it was a 10.
I like it. Night and day. 33.
33 on religion?
Yeah. Yeah, because I got the +5, and then I have the 6 because it's rank 5, and then 12 for my will, and then the 10.
Nice. You focus yourself. What are you trying to call out to specifically?
Evemore herself. I wanna have a chat. I wanna see how she's doing.
Okay.
Because last time I talked to her, she wait a minute. No. Last time I talked to her, she was like, "Oh, I could see like the head, but like the rest of her was like really like was being pulled back."
You try to call out to Evemore. Your mind focusing, drifting off. How do you call out to her? What do you say, like through your mind and all that?
Evemore, if you are alright, give me a sign. Speak to me, please.
As you say this, you feel a flow, a breeze blow onto you. And you then feel the ground begin to shake underneath you. Your eyes open up and you see what looks like this strange gravel underneath you that's just vibrating. And you hear Hello, William Soar.
Do I recognize the voice?
You have never really heard this voice, but it feels this presence of just evil. Like someone who just sins all the time. It's like, you call upon our mother. My mother. Not yours. Mine. For what purpose? And you feel this encroaching sensation come upon your shoulders like you're being pushed down.
To prolong her going into the dusk. Which I know you want.
It is my home. It seems like you are at a predicament. Like you need to find out information, and the only one who you can find out information from cannot tell you. Perhaps I can help.
Yeah, tough chance on that.
Oh. I enjoy doing the bad thing for the greater good. Don't you think it would be best if you helped free this individual so that they can show you the truth?
That's if I believe that this one could show me the truth.
So why are you contacting Evemore, me, here in your home, instead of just going to the birthplace of it all, the birthplace of your dawn? Why not speak to your friends who are supposedly more in touch with their mother?
Because Evemore chose me too.
Yes. Before the dusk was freed, she chose you. But now it's freed. What do you think of that?
Well, as you probably already aware, I'm going to do everything in my power to stop it. Even if it is a fool's errand.
I see. This is fun.
I can tell you can barely contain your excitement.
I enjoy this. Seeing the sides. But I have yet to have the most fun.
Well, I'm sorry, but this isn't foreplay.
And as this happens, he's like, damn it, your realm doesn't like me. And then you see all of the gravel shifts upward, and then everything turns into a larger cathedral space. And you see Sitting upon a throne is a female. Prime female with this brunette hair, dark and tan skin, and she looks at you and she's like, William Soar, it is Magenium. Do not try to contact Evemore here.
You suggest I go to Moriat?
Would probably be the best place. Also, there's some difficulty with each of us.
What do you mean by each of us?
The Regals. I, Magenium. Evemore. Photonic. Synchronous. We are trying to make sense of it all, but it is difficult to make sense. Evemore is with Photonic. Photonic is helping her as he once did. But there's only so much we can control. I can't give you locations, for I do not understand Evemore, but perhaps your friends on Moriat could.
I can go find Sargon. If anyone's gonna know, it's going to be him.
She nods, and she's like, make sure you do.
Tell me, you do know of the invasion of Excantor? Do you think we'll succeed?
It's highly likely. But if you destroy the world, you may lose sight of what may come. If you save the world, you risk prolonging the conflict. The choice is all of yours, but we cannot figure out what is behind this. Only that there is a deeper conflict brewing, and it has to do with the reset that occurred. And because everyone lost their memories, we Regals are also not as powerful as we once were. And then you see it all flows back and you return to your space. And you stand up. And you walk out. And that's where we'll end the session.
Okay. How much CP?
18.
Okay, got you.
Where are you gonna head up over to next?
Let's see.
Are you gonna go to Moria, or are you gonna what are you gonna do?
Moria. It's definitely on the list. I've already spoke to. What was it? I already spoke to my son, so I got that big talk out of the way. So I'm glad about that. Let's see. So based on what I need to do, I need to go to, Moria to speak to Sargon. I do want to speak to Vir Enzok, so he knows that invasion will be taking place. So then he can prepare the forces. Since I know he's gathering stuff up, I want some updates and information on that. And I want to get more information from Arcasia about like what happened after the attack, like how's things building up and just how are things in general. Because, I didn't really get much of that when I was meeting with everyone else because they were more concerned about what the hell I was doing. So, and if anyone's going to tell me all that info, it's going to be Arcasia. So,
that was interesting to come back to all this.
Yeah, no, I almost kind of missed the whole laid back, like stuff. It's like, yeah, I was like stressing every day, like it was gonna be my last, and now I'm like back. I'm like, oh hey, I'm teaching a class.
I'm teaching a class.
I'm having cookies. When was the last time I had a cookie? Damn it.
Yeah, that was good.
Nice.
That's good. So now, what time is it? It's a 1:08. And that means that we can go on to the next thing that we were going to do. Just talk about the other thing, if you'd like. Yeah?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. So since we have since Jaren is playing two characters at once, figured we're gonna switch over a little bit to Siron. And last we left off with Siron. Where do we last leave off, Jaren? Siron.
We just do a William Sora session and you throw that back at me. You didn't even let me get my Siron character sheet out before you asked me. I need a minute.
I remember you went to meet with.
Oh yeah, Sultan Maroon and then Regulus talked about building up the Wills of Evemore, teaching them how to counter Rude Forgers so they'd be prepared. Possibly get an infiltration team going to infiltrate the group. Saw how like more people want us to start colonizing more, so Sultan Maroon gave me some information on that. Good to see that everyone's still committed to myself and Evemore, so that's good.
Yes.
And we set up a colony, and we're about to, and of course I'm going to be working on more, but that's kind of where we left off.
Okay, yeah, and we also talked like right after the last session. We're going to do a time skip. This is going to be a big time skip. It's going to be 12 cycles, and we're going to do little small snippets between these 12 cycles. You also got a lot of CP to spend for these 12 cycles, which is probably going to get you to be able to prestige at least once, right?
I have 446 CP, Matt. I can probably prestige at least twice.
At least twice, yeah. But right now we're going to mainly talk about what you're going to be doing over those 12 cycles. First, for this probably like a little segment, we're going to talk about maybe like the first 3 cycles. And we'll do like 4 sessions and 4 kind of talks about like what you're doing. So the first 3 cycles, I would assume you're probably going to be teaching them how to use void runes, how to use the runes specifically.
Exactly. Yeah, I definitely need to find out who's the more like talented ones with these, like who actually has this ability to be able to do so.
Well, I mean,
Like, I mean, everyone can use them, but like, who can actually manifest? I want to see if there's going to be other
any rune forgers in your midst.
Yeah, because I'm going to need more about that, because like, since I know like what rune forgers are now, I need to actually start investigating, because the issue with Cyron was that he was convinced that Evemore gave him this, and that's why he was chosen, when he was chosen for a completely different reason. But I ran on the lie already that, oh, Evemore gave me this power.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm going to have to find a way to keep that lie, or do I dismantle it completely? Like, I'm still having to evaluate how I'm going to do that.
Yeah. You're basically trying to see if like
I need to see
if anyone else is able to do this, then it kind of dismantles the lie in a way.
Not what I can claim from there, and this is what I'm planning on doing, is that Evemore gave them that same ability as well, so then they can be higher ups in the wills of Evemore and serve.
Okay, well. So, are you specifically going to be looking for more, instead of the enforcers, or like who amongst your people are you going to be mainly focused on when it comes to the wills of Evemore?
Well, I'm assuming
give me a general like personality, or like a general like kind of like.
I'd probably go with cautiously optimistic, but more spec ops oriented.
Okay. So, out of your thousands of...
Yeah, that's probably where I'd start, because it's like,
people.
oh, I know they're capable enough. Like, enforcers, sure, they're brute and, like, they're loyal, but I just feel like the second they manifest a rune, they would accidentally hit themselves. Plus, I think they prefer to, like, swing an axe rather than, like, just shoot out stuff out of, like, their hands.
Okay, well, I will roll a few die to check on that. Anything else that you want to do between 3 cycles? Like you would probably prepare for. They did say that there's a potential for other colonies, like other just random worlds that are actually building up to expand out.
Yeah, I want like one
potential for like conflict between those worlds, if they're friend or foe, you don't know. Exactly.
I definitely want to get like at least one more resource kind of world, like one that doesn't have like much sign of living life, one that we can just really like bring out, kind of like we did with the first one. And then
that's easy enough.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know what the time frame for that would be. So but
it'd probably be like 2 cycles.
2 cycles. Okay. Cool. So then we do that, and then I definitely want to have one conflict where we actually like face a living force, mostly so. One, we can actually see how this integration works, if it can work, and then also just testing the military capacity. Because if we're going to be a dominating force, then we need to at least be able to demonstrate it.
All right, so I rolled. The amount of people that you're able to get within the wills of Evemore, probably around, I would say, like 200 of your forces. But you, as a do so, I need to. None show signs that they have any power, any ability to manifest.
Well, at least that makes my lie a little bit easier. But okay, cool.
Yeah.
So at least they'll be combat oriented enough to be able to go through and do it. And I know we've already established that we're probably going to make Krogo the one that goes through. And since, I'm going to metagame rumor, I've already listened to the session, so I know Krogo goes. That it would be good to actually have like those that can combat against that.
Okay, yeah. They're able to learn. It takes a lot of time to really teach them how to learn this stuff. They don't get like too much combat experience because they still haven't figured out how to like fully ignite it, like ignite the runes into the abilities. But they're learning like at a gradual pace. As for any kind of conflict that arises, no conflict arises. But there are signs that there are other worlds that are beginning to colonize, spreading out. Also, in this time period, you are contacted by the Sultan, and the Sultan says to you as the Archon, Archon, it seems one of the commanders in charge of the first colony, he has encountered another Redicon who was originally from Moriot. Commander Krogo is here to speak to you if you would like to come.
Of course. Bring him in.
And you get Commander Krogo to come to you, and he says to you, Archon, if I may, we have encountered not just a fellow brother who seems like he would be good in the Enforcer Regiment, but not only that, he was allied with a Prime who claimed to be touched by Evemore.
Of course, my eyes are going to widen like, okay, we're not going to touch by Evemore. I have to deal with the Prime.
You mean a Prime touched by Evemore? But yeah, at this point, he says this to you. And he says, is this the one that has been spoken about?
It could be. This Redicon, has he already taken the Zakite?
He has. Rather willingly.
And how does he fare?
It seems as the Zakite wiped his memory of practically his past, so we were able to get a name of this Prime.
And the name?
William Soar.
Okay, so in a future time, I would probably say that I meditated to contact Evemore to see if this was the one I was supposed to search for.
When you contact her, she appears to you, and she looks at you as you kind of like I'm assuming you're kneeling to her.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah,
it may be an Archon, but she's the regal entity. What can I do?
She kind of places her hand on you, and she's like, yes, it is. It is the one that will pose the biggest threat. But if you are to succeed, you will have all of my love and much more. As you get out of this, what do you think?
Well, now that I can identify who the threat is, I can start preparing for it a lot better. Now that I actually have that clear picture in head. So Prime, I probably would know what worlds they can reside in, like where they mostly come from. I could try to start isolating that. I can give since Krogo hasn't infiltrated yet at this point, right?
No. This is well before that. Got it.
So then I'm definitely want to make him aware that this is who we're going to be looking for, and that he'll delegate that responsibility to those accordingly. So in this way, we can always be on alert for this.
Okay.
in case he hears something about this one. Because if he is touched by the light, then there's probably a good chance that he's still known within this core.
Yeah. Also, within these 3 cycles, the world that you go to, the new world that you go to get the resources from.
Mm-hmm.
When you get there, once again, there's some kind of bunker underneath the surface with supplies to build. That entity it knows.
But Evemore told me to stay away, so I shall listen.
Also, Zermo is helping with teaching your wills of Evemore.
And someone's keeping a close eye on him, right?
Yeah. You actually have. Would you have what's it called?
Regulus?
Well, Regulus would also keep a close eye on him when that stuff is going on. But like keeping a close eye on him, would you have your Grand Arbiter, or who would you have keeping a close eye on him?
Ooh, good question. Normally, see, here's the thing. I would have probably done the Grand Arbiter, but since I know that there's this little part where he can somewhat defy, I need someone who just has that loyalty and belief. But I need someone who's smarter than that. Like, I would want someone like a Vendes, but but Vendes hasn't gone to the point where he needs to start negotiating with others.
No,
so he will be the one I want him to watch over.
Yeah, and he will happily do that.
Exactly, yeah.
He watches over.
Yeah. We should have like a good cop, bad cop. We have like Gorvier like be the good cop, and then Vendes be the bad cop.
Yeah. Over the 3 cycles, Vendes doesn't get anything, but he does suspect that Zermo has some underlying motives. But so far, he hasn't seen anything that could be anything major. Anything else?
Let's see. Took care of those worlds. Know what we're doing with all those with those resources. Working the Wills of Evemore. I would probably say that makes sense for the first few.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Mainly just building up your.
Yep. Of course, focusing on the internal matters. That's what I did tell Sword Maruna I would do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Consolidating that power.
Do you like make any like specific like?
I would probably make speeches to my people every now and then, and also to like
do you
promote,
give them promote like maybe like holidays or
that's exactly what I was gonna say. I was gonna say like let's literally promote them like going out and like taking vacation to these spots, and then if they like them, they just like move to them because a lot of them want to do the colonizing anyway.
Are you gonna try to make sure that the culture stays like strong-willed and all that stuff, or are you allowing them more like freedom so that they can just do what they want, and if they do that, at a certain point they become kind of complacent?
Good question. So, see, now I have to think like how Siron would, not how I would. So I definitely said, hey, he's gonna be like Ayatollah Khamenei a bit. So he's gonna have a heavy hand, but
like he wants them to basically go to church every Sunday for Evemore.
Just at the very least. No, prayers every day. Like it's multiple times. I would probably say we have like a slight experimentation where we have the first one be like more authoritative and then the second one slightly more reduced, so I can kind of see like how these different people act. Like it's kind of like a controlled experiment.
Okay. Obviously it's not going to be like enough time passing to get like a huge difference, but
no, of course, no. It's an initial start. I mean, this is why I have all these. It's so I can figure out like what style is going to be best.
Yeah. So far, so you're doing the main capital is more strict.
Yeah. The main capital one, the first one's going to be more strict because based on how that succeeds, will set the tone for the rest of them. So this way, I want to make sure that what the first colony has is established good enough, so then it promotes people want to go to the others, and then I can slightly alter it here and there. Plus, I mean, if they're all the exact same, why would anyone want to go to them? So I do want to be able to diversify that a bit.
Yeah. As you kind of like plan this over the course of the 3 cycles, around, I would say, 20% of the people on Orogo Kine end up going and leaving the colony, and enjoying it better at other colonies. But also, you find out that the other colonies, start to kind of become more laxed and not as a lot of the people become more just kind of wanting to do their own thing rather than doing what is for the Redicon Republic.
Mm-hmm.
They start to lose sight of like the bigger goals, and then the thing that drives them is the thing that they can see at the current moment to try to get whatever they're doing at that point.
All right. So then, if it gets I mean, I don't have a specific person I'm appointing to like these other colonies yet, but let's just say person A, person B, whatever. I definitely have them report to me a lot more often to figure out what's going on. Of course, we have one of the stronger loyalists there, so at least tries to motivate them in that direction. We'll slowly like bring things in the curriculum that will, I mean, I don't want to say radicalize them more over time, but like just keep the loyalty going.
What if you require? I don't know if you'd want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
What if you required them to have to like take a trip back to Orogo Kine for like
kind of like an
assessment kind of thing, or
not like assessment,
or
but what if I can
vacation? Like you get like a vacation, but you still like kind of.
I mean, I don't want to make that stuff mandatory, but what I like the idea of. Think of it kind of like a pilgrimage.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a pilgrimage. Except we need to make sure that these colonies are having those values like instilled in them, so even if they start to lose touch, they'll feel revitalized when they go back.
Orogo still is at Orogo Kine.
Exactly.
Orogo is not on the other worlds.
Exactly.
So the pilgrimage is to come to Orogo.
Yes.
There's also the situation where from Orogo is technically the birthplace of your people,
mm-hmm.
and when a new Redicon is actually like purely born from Orogo,
mm-hmm.
They are like they're like your primitive form, and they haven't been.
Yeah. Well, of course,
they haven't gotten the Zakai yet.
We have to make sure they take the Zakai. Like that's still going to be required regardless.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But that's also the thing too. Even if these societies become somewhat more laid back, they will have the Zakai in them, so it will still instill some of this, and they'll still be taught about it throughout it, regardless of them wanting to pursue their own personal ambitions. They still have the greater community goal in mind, and they'll also realize that hey, you still can't escape it, even if you really wanted to. So subtle, yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, I think that's good for the first 3 cycles.
Okay.
Are you going to level up to level 12?
But I definitely gonna want to level up to do that, and then prestige. Yeah.
Probably should level up first before you prestige.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got kind of like two little things in this. You got a big Wood and Solar session, back our Kaya,
mm-hmm.
and we got a little bit of information about what's going on with the Archon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
the duality of man.
The duality of Evemore.
True. No, but I'm playing both characters.
I know. Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, you like that with getting William Soar told by Krogo, the whole situation.
I guess part of me was thinking like how is that, how am I actually going to make that, like how was I going to become aware? I didn't know if it was going to be straight through Krogo, if I was going to actually try to talk to that Redicon, Zeradul.
I mean, I can't really do that because I
Exactly.
could.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just,
I know. No, I know.
It's sad.
No, it's tough. Yeah.
Brian, we miss you. We miss you. We hope that. I don't even know if he's gonna get sent. Do you think he's gonna get sent?
No. So, okay, just a little bit of background. So he actually enlisted to go to the Air Force, and he left for basic training on the 1st of February.
Yeah.
So
he's been there for a month now.
He's been there for nearly a month. Yeah.
Well, today's March 1st, so.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Time has really been passing. Yeah. So yeah, he's been there for a month. Yeah. So, I don't, and that gets into too many political stuff. I don't know what's gonna fully happen with that. I don't think so. I mean, personally, I'm gonna assume all things gonna be sanctions, but we could leave the politics out of this. If we're gonna stick to politics, let's stick to the Redicon one.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
No, I did as well. Thank you.
All right. See you guys. See you guys. Bye. Oh, and if death comes to you.
May you be reborn in power.
And credits. I thank you for listening to Dusk vs. Dawn. With each entry, we explore deeper aspects of the turmoil within the core realms. I hope you are listening carefully as we get closer to the climax of Evemore's will. Also, if you want to be reborn yourself, you can subscribe as a Chosen to access Chosen creation and exclusive Codex entries. Until next time, travelers, be safe, stay safe, and if death comes to you, may you be reborn in power.